Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Bonjour, mon ami. Am I in your boot? Donna B. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, we're gonna we're gonna do 2018 ordinances, and I like to call 2018 the year of hell because that's what it was. This is going to take a few parts, okay, because there's so many ordinances that took place in 2018. I want to say something before we get started. However, you can call me all the names you want. You, Karen, it's so good to see you. You can talk about me all you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It only hurts you. Because if you have that much hatred in your heart to go against someone who gives out facts, there's something wrong with you, not me. So you don't hurt my feelings. You can spread lies. It's okay. I have been called every name in the book. Things that I don't even know what they meant. Okay? I have been through a lot in my life. Wyoming, my favorite gal. uh, Before we get started, after saying that, a dear friend of mine, she's a psychiatrist for the better part of her years, over 40 years. We are going to be putting together a channel on mental health. And we will be also studying the brain and the effects of society. And we came up with this idea because of Dalton, Illinois, and what is happening to people's brains with all of the information going out. Oh, thank you, Wyoming. Yes, please hit the like if you care to subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But what is this doing to the mental health of people across the world? Not only in Dalton, but across the world. And we'll also be dissecting the brain, if you will, and talking about different parts of the brain, what makes different parts of the brain make you think the way you think, make the way you act, what you say, what you do. Everything we are is controlled by our brain. It's a simple fact. So I'm very pleased to announce we're getting this channel set up. It's going to be very professional. And my dear friend Arlene is the sweetest person on the earth. And she is probably the smartest person I've ever met or had the pleasure of knowing. So that's something to really look forward to. We are not going to abandon Dalton on this page. We are going to continue on. We are moving into Harvey, as promised, but we will never leave Dalton. That is a promise I made a long time ago. Let's see. So, Serve Save, how are you? Thank you so much. And please, prayers to Cynthia, one of our mods. She's having a difficult time. And our prayers do go out to her and our thoughts. But it's going to be interesting, this other channel that we are creating. And I think it'll help a lot of people come to terms with mental illness, how to survive in this world. A lot of things going on with that channel. It's going to be fantastic. Arlene saved my life. And my mother will tell you, she gave her daughter back. And she really did. Sorry, but I need to say that if folks got to come here and name call and insult, done self-examination is probably needed. You're absolutely right. They're only hurting themselves. They're only hurting themselves. And if you have that much hatred in your heart, please seek help because you need it. If you have to attack somebody that gives out facts, I'm not the problem. And if you have to lie about me, I will come at you with facts, as I did a few days ago. Well, with that said, we still do not have meeting minutes nor ordinance up. And these are very important things. Because when people say Tiffany is ignoring the ordinances, we really have to know what ordinances she is ignoring, right? Okay. So we'll start with this promise by Jason House and Allison Key.
We'll see. So I do want to also let the community know that we've made changes to our Village of Dolton website with the assistance of our village administrator, along with the communications department. So I want to give them their credit, along with High Society PR, for developing it with the intention of making sure that we have documents available for the community that they are entitled to. On this website now, there's a transparency tab that has warrant lists that go back to 2021, financial reports going back to 2021. I think it'll come up to roughly around June or July. We will be uploading all information we have to keep it as current as possible. There still is some hiccups in the process. So if there's anything that you need in the meanwhile, please feel free to email me at jhouse@vodalton.org so that we can provide the information. Additionally, the clerk's office has worked as well with the communications in the website, and the meeting minutes and agendas will also be posted by the end of this week. So we want to make sure that everybody's aware of this.
What about the ordinances and resolutions?
Oh, and I'm told she's showing out right now because she has ordinances and resolutions going online as well. So we are happy to start making strides towards transparency, and that's the intention of this announcement.
Announcement number. We've been.
Okay, and you know, Wyoming gal made a good point. Maybe, you know, it is taking longer. But I want to know, why are they starting with 2021 when we have all this information from before 2013? This is something I do not understand. Is it taking time? Well, okay. They're fighting for the election. They're busy. But when you pay someone to do a job, you expect that person to do that job. If they cannot do that job, they shouldn't get that job. You know? That's just my feelings. Maybe they'll start with the present. Yeah. I can understand that. I can understand that. But they're not. Because nothing's up, right? You click on the agenda, you can't even get an agenda. And Wyoming gal, you're going to love that new channel. Because you remind me so much of Arlene. It's astounding. I'd rather see present if I was a resident. That's a good point. That's a very good point. But what ordinances are being broken on for any elected official? Because let's face it, you know, there's a lot of ordinances being broken. Okay. There is a lot of open meetings acts being broken in plain sight. Yeah, that could be. But you know, Wyoming gal, I had the pleasure of seeing that website before High Society Management and the village administrator and whatever the other person was. I think it said Steve, but I can't prove it. Just my opinion. They had those things on there, and now they're gone. So that's why I kind of question it. It is a compliment. And wait till you hear this woman. She is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. And elected officials must be held accountable. Lola, hello from Texas. Do you know I went to Lackland Air Force Base in Texas? I did. Yep. I was there. Those palmetto bugs, everything, you know, the saying about Texas is true. Everything is bigger in Texas because the flying cockroaches, palmetto bugs, if you will, that's what they call them in Florida. Gigantic. Okay. I saw one stand on its back legs and look at me in a hallway. I'm not lying. You can't lie about that. Yeah. And the clerk does the minutes. And you FOIA the minutes and you get no answer. Oh, you live in Arlington. Ooh. Is it hot there right now? I can't remember. It's been so long since I was in Texas. Oh, El Paso. Wyoming has people everywhere. But, you know, this new channel is going to be so exciting. And I think it's going to help a lot of people because Dr. Knock has helped thousands and thousands of patients, not only veterans, but pediatrics, children, mothers, fathers, you name it, she has helped them. She has worked with disabled, mentally disabled people, mentally challenged, with different types of diseases. Okay. She has worked, I think, with just about everybody. And she has helped thousands and thousands of people. And she still has her license. She asked me one day, should I give it up? I said, don't you dare. Because that is you. So, okay. Let me read some more and I'll get to the video. Yeah, there is no budget either. I don't think we're going to see anything until after the election. I truly just don't. Okay. Yes, Dr. Arlene Knock. That's her. You can just type in that name in Google and you will have a plethora of things that she has accomplished. And don't you dare ever go after her. Ever. Do not call her. Do not harass her. She is not one to be harassed. You know, I could say, don't you dare. But what she will do to you is, I can't even tell you. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, it was 77. It was like 13 here today. That's one thing I miss about Florida. And I really need to get back down there pretty soon. But has Texas changed at all, Lola? Has it changed a lot? Yeah, the meetings go very smoothly. They really do. Everything is very official. That's what I want to say. I don't want to say calm. I want to say official. But they still need to be held accountable. Right? Okay. Snow. I think it rained here the other day. I can't wait for the summertime. So, sorry, French. So we can go down to the pond and see the beavers because my mother loves the beavers. 91 years old. She takes one pill a day for blood pressure. That's it. And she cannot wait to start walking down to the dam and see the beavers. I have got to post a video of those beavers. They're amazing. Amazing creatures. Yes. People got up to the podium. They said what they had to say. There was no heckling. There was no name calling. But whenever Henyard enters the room, the explosion begins. And that's where I'm going with mental health. What is this doing to people's mental health? Are they coming out of their norm because of Tiffany Henyard and the chaos that surrounds her? You know, it's going to be fascinating. I'm very, very excited about it. You were thinking about it tonight? The specialist with you. Yes. She is Arlene Knock. She's one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Saved my life. She did. You said it today? Oh, they have a special meeting on Thursday. I wonder what that's going to be all about. Did you know Carmen Carlisle worked for the Village and Thornton Township at the same time? I did. Hey, Stephen, good to see you. I did. But I didn't know she was still working there. I thought she left quite some time ago, but there you have it. We miss things, don't we? And a shout out to Burgundy Blue Commentary. She has very much grown. And she's not a babe in the woods anymore. And I consider her a friend as well. Yeah, the energy was so different without Henyard there. And why is that? What makes it so hostile when Henyard appears? What I'm being serious. After listening to a few hundred hours of her talking, just her talking, okay, I need mental health. I think we all do. But what is it that makes everybody go insane? I'm not quite sure what it is. Is it one thing? Is it several things? Is it gossip? Is it winter time and people are, what does my mother call it? Hood up you know, in the house constantly because it's so cold out. But I don't know. And they're so invested in this. I don't know. It's captured the world, that's for sure. Yeah. It's very interesting. Very interesting to analyze, not on this channel, people's mental health. When I opened my YouTube, I saw Jed Jones was live. Maybe you have something. I don't know what that word is, French. It looks like obese. Him too much. He's now searching for me again. Seriously? Why, Jed? Jed, come up to the live. Let's have a discussion. My mother offered to have a discussion with you. What is your problem with me? Why do you lie about me? What is it? My mother wants to talk to you, Jed. Why don't you come up? Let's have a chat. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. My mother would love to talk to you. She's not going to yell at you. She just wants to know why you have to know who I am. Why? What is it that I have done to you personally? Except showed things that you did that I perceived as being wrong. And then I apologized and took the videos down because I thought, well, I'm getting into that tit for tat and I don't want to get into that. Well, what is it? Jedediah Brown, what is it that you feel the need? You are connected to the DOJ. You should know everything about my life. Everything. So what is it? Why don't you come up? Because I know that your people are here listening. I know they are. Why are you worried about somebody as insignificant as I am? What is it about me that irritates you? Why are you searching for me? I am a teeny tiny channel, but I put out facts and I hold people accountable. Thanks, French. Spread the local jobs. Yeah, they pay well. You saw that too, Wyoming. I mean, you were under attack because he said you were me. And I don't understand it. See, this is the mental part. I'm not saying he has a mental illness. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm trying to understand the psychology of this. What is it? What is it? Do you have to be top dog or something? What is it about me that you have to keep talking and lying about? Why? I've already stated, I've proven. You said, you called me a liar and said I was never a police officer. What did I do? I put up the proof. Law enforcement. Period. So now what is it? Why do you feel the need? I've given you so many damn clues. You ought to be able to pinpoint me. But I don't get it. I don't look for you. I don't watch you. Be well. Do your own thing. Do your investigations. Fight for Dalton. But what is it about me that seems to irritate the ever-living shit out of you that you can't stop talking about me? I am nobody. I'm an old woman, retired from the military. And yes, I did jump on alligators' backs because I was in animal control in Florida. And if you look up animal control in Florida, you will see that it's not picking up dogs. It's picking up rattlesnakes, alligators, all kinds of raccoons, possums. You know, possums are the most disgusting creatures. They are the slimiest. And there's a special way to pick up a skunk out of a cage. You know, you go to these retirement places, everybody's got a cage to trap a raccoon or a possum. You pick up the cage, you take it down the road, you release it, and then they call you back the next day because they're so excited they got another one, but it's the same one. But what is it about me, Jedediah Brown, where you feel the need? Why don't you just come on the show and ask me? There's an idea. Come on my show and ask me. Ask my mother. Please. Yes. She drives people insane. She drives me insane. And I don't understand it. Everyone in the room agreed in the room at yesterday's meeting. If Berg walked into that room, I'm guessing she would get a similar reaction. Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is the psychology of it? Truly. Now, I don't, maybe he's talking about Dr. Knock. I wouldn't do that. I most certainly wouldn't. And of course, she will be on another channel. We're setting it up. And, but if you want to know about me, why don't you come on this show and ask me? Point blank, period. Just come out and ask me. Here, how do I do this? Let me put the link in. And this is for Jedediah Brown to come on this show and ask me anything that you want to ask me. Because apparently you're trying to find me. Why? Why? So you can dox me like you did Berg and have all these people harass and call, and you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you very much, Karen. I tried to be. I get angry. I most certainly do. But why? Why? What is the purpose? What effect do I have on your life, Jedediah Brown, that you have to keep talking about me and trying to investigate me? I thought you had this gigantic investigative team. You are with the DOJ. You have friends in the FBI. You have everybody at your disposal. Why are you still trying to investigate me? You should know everything about me. But don't you dare dox me, because I don't play with that kind of shit. I have a 91-year-old mother here that I take care of. Juan, yeah, I can tell. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's kind of short, but welcome. Jed claimed he never had the mic, but it sure looked like it. He did. So why deny it? He had the mic. We showed it, David. In slow motion. Is that the beef now? I don't know. Somebody said nobody had a knife. I didn't say anybody had a knife. Somebody in the comments said somebody had a knife. And I said, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And somebody sent me a video. We replayed it. I said, well, kind of looks like it, but I don't know. Not in the last 24 hours. He hasn't talked about me. So thank goodness. Jeez. Ugh. Tiff brings out the worst in people. Yes, I think she does. I think, well, I can't say what I think, Lola, on that, because that would bring down hell, and I don't need that. What I think Tiffany Henyard needs. But what is it that is bringing out this vile hatred in people? Because you're showing proof. I don't get it. I don't understand the psychology of it. You know, I put the link in for Jed to come on and ask me. Ask me anything you want to ask me. Don't come up with a fake name or have one of your people come up here. I want you, Jedediah Brown, to come on this show right now, but you're probably busy doing other things. I understand that. So I'm not going to say your copy now because you're probably busy, right? You have a lot to do. He's online since yesterday or what? You have 3 cages for the beavers? French, you cannot displace beavers here. I'm telling you, it's a law. If hating is bringing out the worst than you. Yeah, I don't understand hatred. I never have. I've never felt hatred. I've been angry. I've called people names. I have since apologized for it. I don't like being called a liar. When you call me a liar, I give proof. And that's the end of it. For me, anyways. Oh, well, I don't know. I just don't watch him. He does his thing, and, you know, that's his thing. Go do you. I don't know. Is it because I'm a woman or something? I'm not your average woman. Sorry. I don't, bend that way. I would hate to have Tiffany as a mayor. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Wyoming gal. Before I read the rest of that comment, there's a lot of woods and a lot of water here. She would last probably, I wouldn't give her 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I might take anybody over her. I can't blame the residents who have dealt with her. I can't either. But I'm trying to understand the psychology of it. The vile hatred. I mean, I get angry at her. I yell at her. I swear at her when I'm watching these videos of her. I don't agree with her. I'll put it nicely. Somehow I'm a Tiffany supporter, and I'm being paid by her. But I was offered by the other side $200. And you could call me a liar on that. Okay, go ahead. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Well, he's picked the wrong target. I don't know why I have to be a target, because I think it's stupid. I just think it's stupid. I think it's a distraction. It's not going to distract me. I'm still going to play this video of ordinances. I saw him one time speaking and searching for conscious. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know why. You know, I played, I did record him calling me a liar, that I was never a police officer, that he could see the service, but he never went into it. Of course, I have showed my photograph of me in my military uniform, one of them, okay? So, of course, you could see the service. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know why. It's silliness. It's just silliness. You have nothing better to do? Of course you do. You're fighting for Dalton. Go fight for Dalton. I don't understand it. Yeah, well, I don't know what he knows. I don't know what he doesn't know. The only thing I will say is you damn well better not dox me. My first name is Sandy. My mother said that on a live. See? Okay? My mother wanted to talk to you. I did a live with my mother. Jedediah, would you please talk to me? I really want to talk to you. But I don't know. People have to do things, I guess. Which meeting? There's been so many. Potato, how is Mrs. Potato? It's so good to see you. Apparently I'm under investigation again, if I ever was not under investigation. Montage of Tiffany back with Keith. What is this with Keith Price? I don't know. This is a strange duck. I don't know. I watch videos. I comment on videos. I see things. I say what I see. I was an investigator. That's what I did for a living at one point in my life. So I see things and I look in the background. I don't look at the chaos in front of your eyes. I look at what is behind the chaos and point those things out. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Who knows? Call a non-mod, post a link. Oh, can a non-mod post a link? No. Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. Did somebody post a link? I posted a link. I posted a link for Jedediah Brown to come up on this live and ask me anything that he wants to ask me. And my mother will join me. She's right downstairs. She'll be happy to talk to you too. No, they can't. There's your answer. I'm slow with reading these. Oh, he's busy. He's online. Okay. I didn't expect him to, because he is busy. He's a busy man. Go do you. Go do you. I'll do me. Yeah. I don't know. Hi, Laura. He said if we live outside the area or we're not black, we shouldn't have anything to say. So I didn't say another word. So why is he walking with Beth to the governor's house? That's my question. That's just, if that's what he said. What about Beth? Beth has been in the trenches way before Tiffany was mayor. Way before. I was able to see most of part one. Just got home from. Jason looks like a saint in comparison to some. Yeah, he does. I wish he would say more, but people are different, right? Jed is on live in Chicago trying to spark help from the government. Thank you, Shady Lady. I appreciate it. I didn't expect him to show up, but I offered that olive branch. I didn't expect him to watch this, but I don't know why he's investigating me. He can ask me anything he wants to. Just don't dox me. And don't dox my friends and family. That's where you cross the line. Period. Don't call me a liar. I'll show you proof that I don't lie. What do I think about Pritzker? He's not going to do anything. Pritzker's got bigger things, like Trump. But thank you, Shady Lady. I appreciate that. And Jed should do Jed, right? I have no issue with that. I truly don't. I've called him out on some things he has said, and I've called him out on some things he said about me, and left it at that. I think one of the things that brings the wrath of the community with her is that she has rubbed her messiness in their faces too much. Yes. But what about the people that don't live there, Donna? What about the people that don't live there? Why are the people that cannot vote there? And I understand people's passions. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. I understand people's passions. But why do you attack other channels? Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. If you say something about me, I'm going to talk back to you. I heard Harvey may... Yes! And that's why we're, moving along to Harvey. We're not going to abandon Dalton. I promise the residents transparency. And that's what they're getting. But Harvey is coming up. That's a cesspool, isn't it, Lola? Wyoming. Did not see what... I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't. Let him do him. Hi, Laura. Oh, yeah, if he doesn't agree, then you are a liar about everything. Yeah. And maybe that's what pisses him off, because when he said something about me, I prove it. I show actual documents. He said I was never a police officer. I put up the document proving it. Did I get an apology? No, I didn't expect one. I find myself pissed off watching her. My husband told me I need a break from Dalton. Oh God. When I'm watching these videos, my mother will come out and say, "Who are these people?" You don't see why people... Right. Okay, French, your English is getting worse. Jed's only courage is in backbiting and drama. Okay. I think we all need a little, I think we need a lot of mental health. All of us, don't we? I mean that sincerely. How did we get here? How did we get this frenzy? I mean, the election is weeks away, right? She's not going to be voted in. So where's the hatred? Wait a couple of weeks. Let the justice system do its thing. If she goes to jail, she goes to jail. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But I hold all elected officials accountable because they took an oath of office. And you can't get away from that. I like Jed, but when I see someone deny their own actions and get so angry for being criticized, I just cannot get on board. Yeah. I can't even, I don't understand the psychology of it. Well, I do, but I don't want to say it. Evolution. Stay tuned. Okay. Uh-oh. Is that good or bad? So serve and save. He's been calm lately, hasn't he? So I've heard. Wonder if they like what they would find if they investigated me. Should be interesting how they want to tread after that. Potato and I have a very good understanding. And we have both lost people serving our country. And if you want to attack us, those who have served this country, for you to have the freedom of speech to call us names, go ahead. It just shows what type of person you are. But don't come after us. You don't know who we are. You don't know who we know. Oh, and Potato, you don't. Oh, Lord in heaven, I can't even go there. Educational purposes only. Okay. I'm trying to read everybody's comments before starting the video, and the only thing outside the Pritzer's, Pritzer's not going to do anything. I'm sorry, he's just not. He's got Trump to worry about, right? And Johnson, Brandon Johnson. Jackie, oh, it's so good to see you. How are you? It is very good to see you. I always enjoy watching you in the chats. Cancel Blue Cross. Yeah, what was that all about? That was interesting. But 191 pages. I haven't even gotten halfway through it. Jiminy crickets. Ordinance is the word of the day. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. A lot of comments coming through, and I like to be cordial. And this channel is a grown-ups channel where we can have adult conversations, not call each other names. And I like to put people's comments up there rapidly because I want them to feel part of the channel. A part of the conversation. It makes people feel good when they're heard, whether you agree with them or not. But we can have adult discussions without saying you're a Tiffany Goon or you're a Jason Hater, or that's just kids' games, and we just don't have time for it. That was weird. I wonder why someone didn't alert the trustee. Oh, what did I do? Karen, what'd you say? Oh, the Blue Cross. I don't know. Did they know? Harvey and Dalton residents joined Jed. So that's good. This town working together, yeah. And why not work together? Yeah, COVID was going on. Well, before Rogers left, right? I started following Dalton. Everyone was on the same page, but now the residents are divided. They are. And why? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. See, people agree. Well, thank you very much, Laura. You're very welcome. And Potato as well. Yeah, the veterans don't talk about things, but it's just a thing. We can talk amongst ourselves. And it's nothing against anybody else, but it's just the way it goes. Potato knows. Hey, that rhymed. Yeah, a lot of things are going to disappear. What are people going to do? We're going to still cover Dalton, right? Because we hold elected officials accountable, no matter who's in office. But I can't wait to get that new channel up and running. We are so excited. Arlene and I are so excited. Oh, thank you very much, Carefree. It's so good to see you. Thank you. Oh, that's right. Hit the like button and subscribe if you feel like you want to. Oh, he's not even there. Okay. He's got bigger things going on, okay, than Dalton. And not to belittle Dalton. I don't take it that way. Sometimes people say things and they just run with it the wrong way. Trump is on his ass, and Brandon Johnson as well. And look at the citizens of Chicago turning red. May not be there. They're trying to make his neighbors lean on him. Okay. Let Jed do Jed. Yeah. Just don't lie on me. What if there was a death and the ends is canceled? And the ends is canceled. Oh, the insurance. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did see on the warrant list that somebody's ER visit had to be paid for. That was on a warrant list. So why would that be on a warrant list? JFX, it's so good to see you. How are you tonight? Very good to see you. So it means time and energy lost senseless. I have observed that when Jed came down on the side of Clean House 2025, other residents did not want that because they have seen the same faces for years. Yeah. But what choice do the residents have? And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose. Excuse me. My goodness. But what choice do they have? Jason House has been a trustee since 2017. He knows the ropes, right? But what choice do the voters have? And how many people are going to vote? New police chief Stroud and put, oh, really? Ooh, that's news to me. Uh-huh. Why now? What? Why now? I'm not quite sure. Well, he was her, was he her security team, on her security team? Is that why he got so much overtime? Was he on a task force investigating? What is his job? Is he just a regular road patrol, a regular cop on the, block? I don't know. I don't know what he does in the police department. After she leaves office, she's going to need to live someplace else. You're damn right she is. Or pay for her own private security. Kamal won't qualify. He can't protect himself. Oh, Lord. He was awful quiet there for quite some time. Oh, wonderful. All right. You guys are having a good time talking, aren't you? I think the problem is nobody wants to get involved in politics because of all this BS that comes with it. Well, I've always said something about politicians and why they become politicians. Okay. I'll leave it at that, Lola. I think Jed has a reputation in the Southland. Some didn't approve of him, and some support him. And that's wonderful. So why can't we just leave it at that? What? Why? Why can't we have the mentality to know the difference and to be adults and not spread rumors, not try to investigate people for whatever reason? I don't know. Why can't you just do your thing and somebody else do their thing? And why can't people have their own opinions? Yeah. That was quite hefty, wasn't it, Carefree? That was very, very. Shanna, it's so good to see you. Hold on. So, it's so good to see you. How are you? Great seeing you. I think they are trying to press JB with a threat to also turn red if he does not help them. Not sure if they have the juice for that with the community, but well, we saw what happened to the country, right, in the presidential election. People are tired. This country is tired. And maybe this is what's causing all of this crash out, right? With people. And I admit I crashed out myself. I apologized for it. I did. Took videos down and, said, okay, I can't do this. Okay. Mental health is important. But is it because of our country and the shape it's in? And, that maybe that's the question we should be asking. Instead of telling people to put their teeth back into their mouth, when my teeth are in my mouth. I sustained damage when I was in the military. And I'm not going to go into what that was. I already talked about it. You want to call me names? Go ahead. Did I call? Did I call what? Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you. I think the Harvey mayor decided to drop complaint on super ballot after his own lawyer was overruled on a hearsay objection when he was asked to repeat what he told someone else. Yeah, I taped that. Shout out to Critical Smoker. I taped Clerks. I have a question. Why did Tiffany Henyard have that meeting in Harvey? You have to ask these questions. Why did she hold it in Harvey? Something to think about. Look at Critical Smoker's video of the hearing thing from the other day. Fast forward right into 2 hours. Yeah, I the eye roll. And didn't Michael Smith get kicked out of that, Mark? Didn't the lawyer kick him out? What the hell was Michael Smith saying? I don't remember. I was the woke Christian stream. Most didn't like. Oh, oops. Well, why can't people have their own opinions and be adults about it and have adult conversations without insulting people, without calling people names? I've called people names. I've apologized for it. Moving on. We all do it, right? We get to a point where we just get so angry. But got to use Critical's video for the timing, and only one I've seen with the angle at that. Yeah. I remember seeing it. I think Vivian Allen's video showed the lawyer kicking Michael's. Is it Mike Smith or Michael Smith? There's a jockey, Mike Smith, so I get him confused. Yeah. Yep. The wolves are hungry, aren't they? But I really have to ask, is it because of what is going on in the United States right now that have people so, I don't know what to say about it. Shanna said what? People can have opinions. That's where we agree to disagree. Nothing wrong with advocating and stuff, but he's not being clean and makes a lot of impulse decisions, which can hurt people or himself. And that is Shanna's opinion. Yeah. Do you? What are you worried about me for? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about me. I don't know. French told me he was investigating me again for whatever reason. Hey, Potato, can I send him your way? House 2025 supporter, but he doesn't know everything. He asked me questions about what's going on. Yeah, see, I like his show. And yes, he does support Jason House. Sorry, I need a drink. Ginger ale. Yeah, he does. He's not sideways about it, but he does ask questions. He gets on Berg's channel, right? I think Jedediah wants to be the only game in town or YouTuber. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand the concept of it. I really don't. I don't understand the mentality. Oh, Carefree. We are looking into that. And maybe it's because people from Harvey have emailed me asking for my help. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Yeah, for the objectors, yeah. Yeah, and go on, young man. Go. I'm not standing in your way. Gossip about that, but I don't think she knew just how bad Clark was disliked. Oh, is Tiffany more disliked than Clark? Who's worse, Clark or Henyard? Oh, that's a bad question to ask. MS got mad. MS. Oh, Mike Smith. Okay. Got mad when he was questioned about. Oh, is that what it was about? It's so hard to hear in those meetings, isn't it? Berg! Did you get my text message? Proud of you. Yeah. Anything Tiffany does, you can guarantee there is some advantage, power, or money for her primarily. I'd have to agree. Has she done anything good for people? There's a question. We love you too, Berg. You're a bad girl. Critical left. Yeah. Oh, I gotta drink a drink. Hold on. For some reason, it's really dry in this house today. I watched something from the other side of the room, Mr. Dots, and it did not show who got booted. Did you see Vivian Allen's video? Because that's where I saw, and I could have swore it was Mike Smith, the lawyer, actually. Oh, okay, there you go. I'm talking to you and you're typing. I'm trying to catch up with these. I'm sorry. Oh, that boy, that would be a banger, wouldn't it? Perspective, you can easily see where her corruption clause are forecasting. I have a question for you. Is there proof of theft? Interesting. Now, here's another question. Is there proof of her telling her staff to do things? I truly believe she told her staff not to give the trustees financial information. Investigate and intimidate is more like it. You guys are going to get me in so much trouble. Really going to be hated. But I am Potato. Right, Potato? You've got your sights out, right? And the leaders involved. Why can't they just say, please settle down, quiet down? Any of them. Just afraid that people will think that there is no way she will be reelected. So they don't need to get out to vote. And not enough people show up the number needed to get her out. We've been hearing that, right? House is too quiet. Well, he wasn't when he was talking to Moore. He does have a voice. Others around him are loud and speaks for him, which makes one think he's corrupt as well. There's a... Can I... Well, I'm not going to say can I, because it's my channel. I can ask. Why is it always the women showing up? Why are so many women trustees? Why are so many people behind the trustees women? Why are there so... Well, I don't know. Is there men around Tiffany? I don't know. But where's all the men? Where's the balls in the room? Okay, I said it. You're being a good... Doctor Who wears a bow tie. I like bow ties. Oh, Doctor Who ain't black. Well, my nephew is. Of course, I'm probably lying about that too. Status, hello. Good to see you. And who are we pillaring tonight? Well, we're trying to get to the ordinances, but everybody wants to be chatty tonight. So we're letting it go. And then we're going to play the video. I think she has made a lot of seniors happy with Big Bingo. Bingo. Yeah. When I first heard Big Bingo, I thought, okay, $200 prize, Big Bingo. But then I found out refrigerators, freezers. I mean, holy shit. You got to be kidding me. That's unheard of. And what about the people that took the prizes? And what about the staff that ate all the food for the staff lunches that we've shown on the warrant list? People are status quo. They're asleep. Yes, they are. My mother cannot wait until they wake up. And neither can I. Yes, it is all French wrench's fault. Okay. Because we've said it 3 times, and I guess we're not supposed to do that. Has the IQ to be in the role, but his reputation and ethics have not been highlighted. I really don't know why they have chosen to back him. Well, because he's at his 2-term limit. That's why. Trustees have 2-term limits. That's it. They can't run again. So they have to bump up to mayor or disappear in the sunset. You really have to find that one. It's a great community here. People get to say what they want to say. Nobody gets attacked for it. You don't get called names. It's nice here. Don't forget, you're usually a couple of minutes responding to comments behind. Yes, I know. There's so many of them. I'm trying. Should I just scroll down to the bottom comment? Because they're really coming in fast and heavy. Yeah, what is the plan? I asked him that. He was emailing me with information, but then all of a sudden it stopped. He probably watched that one video where I was upset because I blamed all elected officials. I don't know. Who knows? Somebody probably got in his ear and said, "Don't you do it." Okay, come on. Life was said in her thing, yeah, it was a thing, that she instructed the Meyerbold guy at the accountant to not release information to anyone other than her or someone else. Very interesting. Misery loves company, baby. Yeah, I wonder how many people, Dwayne, do the residents they're just sick of it. Very fact that Dots can walk around freely amongst people with no shame after what he has done with sending that video to a child just makes me sick every time I see his face. What child? I missed it, Carefree. I'm sorry. I apologize because I don't watch other channels. I just do my work here and I really have to apologize to everybody. I've got over 700 emails that I have to get to, and I have been lazy. I took a really big nap this afternoon, and I'm sorry. Why support the same trustees while all the madness happened? Yeah. No. Little white guy speaking French. 120. Yes. Am I in your boot? Huh? Okay. Just remember, it's better to remain silent than thought a fool, than speak up and remove all doubt. I need to frame that quote. And I'm going to sneeze again, so hold on. Sorry. The women hate Tiffany. That is where they can be messy. It used to be an all boys club in Dalton. Hey everyone, I missed driving. It's good to see you, Berg. I really enjoyed your last live. I listened to it while I was napping, but I was listening. I was paying attention. That didn't come out right. That really. Proper. Oh, Lola. Yeah. Okay. Here's Stout. Yeah. Oh, it starts today. There is something wrong in this house. It's really dry, and I got the window open too. Huh? Okay. Really? I don't know. I know they walked to Pritzer's, but it says the same thing. Where are the men? Where are they? Okay, does anybody want to watch the video, or we just want to chat all night? Oh yeah, I'm supposed hit the like, and if you so deem, subscribe to the channel. We have fun here. We give facts, and I think the creatures in gosh, what Illinois Sasquatch. Ew. I can still hear it, and I can still watch it. But I'm lying about that too, of course. I'm telling you, I said this a month and a half ago. She's a viper. I'm sorry. All you have to do is watch. And why did she vote present to the first warrant list? What was on that warrant list where she had to vote present? Who were they paying that she has relations with? Because that's the only reason you would vote present. 100% till the board. Yeah, they do have to be approved by the board. He stopped. Okay. I am way behind in these comments. I'm sorry, they're just going so fast. Dalton Dream was built on, you run for mayor, and we rotate. They keep it in the family. Tiffany broke the code. She was a good trustee, wasn't she? I thought so. Well, unless she was a wolf in sheep's clothing, maybe. Tracy K, so good to see you. How are you? Very good to see you. Brittany looked high all the time, and Tammy is mean. Well, yeah, she went after Mama Hill. I mean, it took 4 people to get her off, and then she went back for more, right? And then don't forget, Tammy Brown voted for a warrant list in the millions of dollars so her friend could be paid. And she admitted it on camera. And I've shown the video. I vote for video. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to video. Can we please?
Murphy resolution.
Okay, this is 2018. I'm going to have to do a few lives on this.
This is new.
Can I get a motion on the Murphy resolution?
I make a motion on the Murphy resolution directing investigation and freeze of the village attorney fees.
Second.
There's been a motion to freeze the village attorney fees. There's been a second. Any discussion on this? I have some discussion. Why?
Okay, Mayor, if you would refer to a public record of an order by Judge Jerry A. Esrick concerning the conduct of our village attorney. And you have that documentation, and you've had it for a while, and you also have the resolution, which you've had for a while. You also have in your possession, hopefully, and if not, I do have copies of the article in a local paper by the Tribune Publishers of the Southtown concerning Murphy's actions with an employee of the Village of Dalton. Partly why this resolution must go into effect, and partly why we need legislative counsel, because currently we cannot trust our current village attorney.
You know, there's always newspaper articles about different stuff. Some of it's fiction and some of it's nonfiction. So, you know, we can't just say because it's in the newspaper, it's the gospel.
Well, again, I'm sorry, you threw a discussion. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mayor. There's some other points if you'd like to be made known. Outside of an article, I named 3 different documentations you can make reference to. We can start with the order from the judge, if you like.
I have the documentation. I've read through the documentation. No further discussion. Go ahead. You can vote. Roll call.
A motion to motion to freeze the legal fees from the village attorney until when, trustees?
Well, that motion was also to insert the resolution, which should go into effect right away, and you should have that documentation. So that's as of now, as of this board meeting, once this resolution is passed.
So the motion is to adopt the resolution as presented.
That is correct.
Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson, excuse me.
Aye.
Motion carries 4.
Show House and Henry absent
Trustee House and Trustee Henyard are absent
on that vote.
on this.
Is ordinance number 18-002, amending section 1-8-1 of the Dalton Village Code with respect to the hiring and termination of employees. Trustee Muhammad. Oh, take that back. Let's get a motion first. The amending of section 1-8-1.
I move to approve ordinance number 18-002, amending section 181 of the Dalton Village Code with respect to the hiring and termination of employees.
Second.
Okay. It's been motioned and seconded to amend ordinance number 18-002, amending section 1-8-1 of the Dalton Village Code. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. Can I have the floor, please?
Go ahead.
This ordinance requires the Board of Trustees to approve the hiring, and the amount of their initial salary shall be approved by the Board of Trustees. It also requires that the Board of Trustees be provided with the resumes and any additional information compiled by the village for all applicants prior to the board's approval. This is necessary to ensure that the previously approved hirings are complied with. to ensure that salary costs are being contained and to ensure that qualified persons are being hired. This ordinance also grants to employees other than appointed officers and employees covered by a collective bargaining agreement the ability to appeal their firing to the Board of Trustees. As we have previously discussed tonight, the mayor has been directing employees to carry out actions that are in his interest only and not in the village's interest. Employees need to know that if the mayor directs them to act in an illegal or improper manner, they have recourse to the village board if they refuse his direction.
Okay.
In case
Go ahead,
of
go
Murphy
finish.
or mayor states you can't do, trustees, legislative council states we can. We want to ensure that our residents gets a fair opportunity for employment.
You know, trustee, you got a way of putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. You're amending this section, and I think you really amended it for yourselves because you took my power away for hiring and firing before already. You know, I have not hired anybody since you changed it before, other than a couple of people that Trustee Stubbs wanted me to hire. She wanted me to hire Larry, who works up front there part-time. She said to help him pay his rent,
Stop lying.
and she wanted
Stop
me to hire.
lying on me, Mayor. Larry been sitting up here. Mr. Bradley been sitting up here
And she want,
for
and
I don't know how. Stop. I told you about lying on
Can
me.
I finish? Can I finish?
told you about lying
Can I
on
finish?
me.
And you wanted me to hire Carlton Higgins in Public Works.
Stop lying. That was your pig.
Because he
That's
was
your friend.
Because he was a
That
tenant
was your
too.
friend.
Because he
Stop
was a
lying on me.
He was a tenant too in
Mayor.
your apartment building.
Mayor.
And you asked
Stop
me
lying
to
on
hire
me.
him so they could pay their rent.
Man, stop lying on me. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Aren't they tenants?
I hope this is being taped.
Aren't they
Stop,
tenants?
stop lying on me.
Aren't they tenants?
No, they're not my tenants. Are they yours? You have so many houses.
Ask Larry.
I don't know.
Ask Larry where he lives at.
He's been
But
living
anyway,
there.
Those are the only two
Stop
people.
lying on me, Mayor.
Those
Your pigs.
those were
Come
the
on
only.
now, stop lying on me.
Those are
I
the
told
only-
you about lying on me.
Those
You
were-
special.
Those were the only two people that I was allowed to hire, and she agreed to. Two. Okay, do we need another motion for them to, they approved everything on corporate bill? Okay, all right, next thing on the agenda is old business. Item A, override of the mayoral veto for Invest in Dalton. Can I get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider ordinance number 17-048, Invest in Dalton, and overriding the mayor's veto and direct the Director of Finance to immediately pay all outstanding invoices from Grasso Bass for the Invest in Dalton program.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and second to override my veto of the Invest in Dalton ordinance number 17-048. Any discussion? I'm going to
Yeah,
discuss
I got
it.
a question.
Go ahead, trustee.
Attorney Murphy, can that not go into my committee so we can vet that through?
If a majority wanted to, yes.
Well, I think we should put it in committee. I am chair of housing. I think we should vet this through. I have some issues with it, which the board knows, so. Can you hear me now?
No, is it on?
Okay. I think this should be transferred to my committee, which I am the chairperson of housing. I do have some issues with this, which a lot of residents did as well when they came to the last committee meeting. I do not think we should execute this tonight. And this is all for the record, Mary Kay. It should go to committee. We should talk amongst trustees. If some trustees have issues with it, I think we should entertain that before we approve this. We do not have $30,000 just to pay out currently. Plus, we don't even have an invoice, so I don't even know what we're paying $30,000 for. So I will advise the board to please support me on having this in my committee, and then therefore we can vet it through, then put it up for board approval. I don't think it should get approved tonight. I would love y'all support if I can have it. So can I have a motion to send this to housing committee?
You know, trustee, Before you do that motion, I'd like to say something too in regards to this matter. And I support Trustee Henry's decision to try to put this through committee and rediscuss this. You know, we've been talking about this for the last few meetings here, Invest in Dalton, which I think you even voted for it initially, or you didn't vote for it, Trustee Henry?
I did.
Okay, but after looking at it, it's not good for us. I mean, to have an attorney bill us $5,000 per house to try to get these houses over to the village side is totally ludicrous. I mean, 6 houses, he's billing us $30,000 to file a lien on. Now, when you file this lien, it's only going to cost you about $300 to file the lien. It's going to cost you probably about another $75 or so to publish it in the newspaper. So we're looking at approximately $300, no more than $500. Now, when the attorney was here, he said that it cost $2,500 to do it, and the other $2,500 was for him doing it. That's totally not the case. So now they mentioned the fact, oh, Dalton's got 400 abandoned houses. You know, so you mean to tell me if we got 400 abandoned houses and this attorney's going to represent us per household, you know, how much money are we looking at? $2 million? Is that what we need to try to get these vacant houses to us? It's ridiculous. It doesn't cost that much for us to file liens. Matter of fact, our village attorney could do it, which wouldn't cost us any additional money like that. So I'm saying that this should go to committee. It needs to be looked at again. If we're going to continue to go that route, we need to renegotiate that cost, because we can't. You heard the trustee. We're struggling to try to get our fire trucks fixed. Where are we going to get this money to try to get these houses? You know. So that's it.
I'm going to second Trustee Henry's motion.
We had a motion to override the veto, and then by Trustee Stubbs. And was there a second on that?
It's a second by Muhammad.
Okay. And then Trustee Henyard asked to send to committee.
If I can make a statement
Go ahead, Trustee.
before we take the vote. The mayor has vetoed a program that is a win for the village by putting foreclosed residents back on the tax rolls and bringing more residents to the village by providing affordable houses, as well as being a win for home ownership in the Village of Dolton. The mayor has objected to costs for the program, falsely claiming that the village cannot afford those losses. He even went so far as to direct the media department, along with another elected official, to cut and edit a board meeting to tarnish the character of the attorney, possibly creating liability for libel and slander by distorting the video that was shown at a previous board meeting. Other towns and elected officials have been sued for the same conduct. The program costs will be recouped from those parties who participate in the Invest in Dalton program. Bottom line, there will be no cost to the village. The village will be getting taxes paid to help the village schools and park districts. The village will get permit fees, water bills paid, and no more cost to the village for board ups, grass cutting, and other expenses caused by abandoned properties. The attorney is and has charged the same fee to the Harvey, Markham, Posen, Thornton Township, and BP Capital. On one hand, at a previously housing meeting, the mayor and other elected officials stated that they were not against the Invest in Dalton program.
I'm sorry to butt in, but the woman in the foreground, this is how I feel when I listen to these meetings.
And on the other hand, they showed a distorted video. You must ask yourself why someone would fight a program to help our village. My present house was an abandoned one for 5 years when I purchased it. It has been now on the tax roll for over 18 years, and my taxes are current. I hope all elected official taxes on their properties are current. We currently pay 3 lawyers. Neither look like Bass, and neither of them thought enough about.
I want to pause there because she said something that I caught. None of them look like Bass. Bass is African American. All of these other lawyers are white. And I caught that. And Fathers and Blessings testified in front of a board meeting about Stubbs not particularly caring for a specific ethnic group. It's on video, but I did catch that.
Us to help address this vacant properties, but got paid for routine legal service and nobody said a word. This is a political and not about what is in the best interest of our village, because if it were, we all would work to make this a success. Remember, it was Attorney Bass who represented the black towing company when the trustees had to override the mayor's veto. Here we have, again, seeking to override his veto to support black attorney who prepared and presented a program to help us. The mayor simply does not want to give the trustees he views as his opponents a win. Instead of doing what's right for the village, he is depriving our young people of an opportunity for home ownership, and that is disgraceful. So today I am standing up and asking each and every one of you to stand with me for our community. We went over to a house that had been rehabbed by BP Capital maybe 3 weeks ago. It was gutted. It took 3 months to be sold. Is now on the tax roll. The young lady and her son, they went through a program on how to be a good neighbor.
Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Why does anybody have to go through a program to become a good neighbor? That I don't understand that. So maybe somebody could explain that to me, please. A program to become a good neighbor.
And this is what we hope to do throughout the Village of Dalton. It does not take forever, as the mayor have stated. We will recoup our money. Matter of fact, Ms. Creighton, the house is not too far from you. We also invited residents to go with us. They saw the house. They talked to the people from the program, Ms. Johnson. And I'm asking all the trustees to support this so we can get the abandoned houses back on the tax roll. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. When BP Capital appeared here, and I think the gentleman from BP Capital is here, when he appeared here, he was represented by Attorney Bass.
See here.
And then Invest Dalton program, the same attorney represented the village there. Now, you mentioned the fact that BP Capital took possession of that house. What exactly did the village get once the house was sold? Did the village get any, that, when that house went to BP Capital, and whatever they sold it for, did the village share in the profit of that house?
I'm not looking for,
Why are we giving away houses for nothing?
Mayor.
And then the same attorney that represented BP Capital is representing Invest in Dalton. And when he represented BP Capital, he said that it wasn't going to cost the village a dime. But on the other hand, when he does a litigation work, legal work, to get the house in possession of the village so we can get it to BP Capital, he's charging us $5,000 a house. How does that not cost the village anything? And why is not the village receiving some of the money, the revenue that the house was sold for by BP Capital? Why should BP Capital get all the money when we're paying for the legal end to give it to BP Capital?
BP Capital is paying their own fees, Mayor. He put up his own money,
Okay.
not the Village of Dalton.
How's he-
And also, I
how's
would like to state this too, Mayor. That house is back on the tax roll. I would also like to state, as I was doing my little investigation, you have 6 houses, your taxes haven't been paid. That's a total of $115,000 that we really could use. The Village of Dalton could really use that money.
Okay.
So, the gentleman is sitting in the audience.
Okay.
If he don't mind, he can come up and answer that question. If you don't mind.
Well,
If you don't mind,
I asked
Mayor.
you since you presented it.
Okay.
I asked you since you presented
I
it.
just stated.
I
I
asked
just stated that he
How-
put up his own money.
how
He
much.
put up his own money.
We heard you.
He paid
We heard
Attorney
you.
Bass.
We heard you.
And the
But-
house
but-
is back on the tax roll.
But when-
Now, according to the records, and it's public records, you can look it up, the mayor have 6 houses out there with delinquent taxes that total up to $115,000. I would like to get that money. My taxes are paid. Public record, look up my record, and that's my houses in the city also. They're all paid up.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You good? You good now? How are we getting any money from BP Capital?
How are we getting any money from you with your 6 houses, Mayor?
How are we get
How are we getting any money from you?
the county?
The same thing
How-
go for you.
You're not
If you
giving me any
have
property.
houses in the Village of Dalton
You
that you rent out, that you
Now,
own,
you know what,
and you're
trustee?
not paying any taxes
Trustee.
on that, we're not getting any money from those houses either. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Trustee, how are we getting any money from BP Capital? We're giving them the house. If we give BP Capital 400 houses, how come we're not getting any money?
How come we are not getting any money from you, Mayor?
Now, if you want to get personal on some things, we can get personal on some things, because believe you me, I'm not going to say that.
Thank you.
I got a motion to refer to the
I'm not going to say that. There's a motion on the floor to refer this to the committee.
No, that's not the motion, Mayor.
That was the last motion.
No, the motion on the floor is to reconsider the override of the Invest in Dalton veto, Mayor. You have a motion and a second, and we're ready to take the vote.
Attorney Murphy. I have a motion on the floor to send this to committee, and I have a second.
I think procedurally, there's a two-step here is what the board's done in the past. First, there's the motion to reconsider, which will get the matter back on the table. Then there's the motion to actually override the veto, and at that point, you could move to amend that motion by referring the matter back to your committee. So I think we should just take the vote on the motion to reconsider first.
No one, so someone got to make that motion, correct?
It was made.
There's two of them made. The motion and the second.
The motion also included payment, if it passes.
It's to override the veto, which,
No, it was override the veto. and
Right, it was override, it
yeah,
wasn't
so
considered.
by overriding the veto, the ordinance is approved, which includes the payment, so.
On the motion to reconsider ordinance number 17-048, to put it back on the table. Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
No.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
No.
Okay, motion carries 4 ayes and 2 noes. that means that
It's on-
attorney will get $30,000.
That's to reconsider.
I would like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 17-048, invest in Dalton.
Second.
And I would like to make a motion. I would like to amend that motion by sending it to my committee, which is planning.
Second.
What do we do?
We'll take a motion on, I view that as an amendment, take a vote on it. It's likely to be 4 against, 2 in favor, but let's just vote it.
No, with all due respect, Attorney, that was not the motion.
The motion by trustee Henry, you wanted to...
No, it is not by trustee Henry.
Yes, it
It was
is.
by trustee Stubbs.
Okay. And then I amended your motion, trustee
And it was
Muhammad.
seconded. It was
And it was
seconded.
seconded by trustee House. Let the attorney do
No.
his job. You have to vote on that first. If it fails, then it goes back. So Mary Kay, can you
Okay,
please
attorney?
call
Yes,
the roll
that's-
on my
I
motion?
agree with that. So the vote to refer the matter to the committee should be taken. If that vote fails, then the
Exactly.
prime motion's back on the table.
On the motion to amend to send to committee by trustee Henyard, second by trustee House. Roll call, trustee Muhammad.
No.
Trustee Stubbs.
No.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Denton.
No.
Trustee Pearson.
No.
Trustee Henyard.
Aye.
Now the main motion.
On the motion to override the mayor's veto of ordinance number 17-048. Motion was by trustee Stubbs, second by trustee Muhammad. Trustee Muhammad,
Aye.
Is there any discussion, Mayor?
I think we had it.
You want discussion? Go ahead. Not on this. Not on the
My
amendment.
question is for the record, the $30,000. Do anybody got invoices on the 30K? Because I don't have them. Before y'all approve this 30,000, get to the attorney. Do anybody got the invoices? What we paying 30,000 for? Can I please have that? Do anybody have that?
Okay.
Any trustees?
Hold on, ma'am. We have not received an invoice.
So what
As far as I know, but the 30,000 is for 6 houses that supposedly Attorney Bass had filed against for the village to take possession of. Now,
But Mayor, isn't the steps that people turn in invoices before we approve big money, especially like $30,000?
yeah, I think
And we
it
don't
should
have
be
any
on.
paper trail whatsoever of what we're paying for?
I think it should be on the warrant list too.
I
It wasn't on the
agree.
warrant list.
And that's
So-
for the record, Mary Kay.
So they asking for the immediate payment of $30,000 to this attorney, and once again, going back to Trustee Pearson, we're struggling to try to get our fire engine done. So in case you have an emergency at your house, the fire department will be there in that engine. But okay.
Motion to override.
Okay, we're going to do a roll call on the motion. I'm saying here that 2 of these trustees find merit in the fact that we shouldn't be paying this much money in this bill.
I think it should go to
You know?
committee. We should look into it before
And Trustee
we do it.
Henry has a excellent point in regards to it going to her committee, but some right.
I would like to move to call for question.
Second.
So, is that okay, attorney? You sending your messages, sir, is that okay?
I would like to move to call for question, and she's not sending any
Second.
money, any texts.
Is
His
that okay,
phone
attorney?
is down, and mine is in my purse.
Is that okay?
So I would like to move to call for question, and let's take a roll. It's been first and second.
Take the roll, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, I got one more statement before
Go
we take
ahead.
the roll.
Go ahead.
There's no discussion on the call the question. Attorney, would you
Thank you.
advise?
We're going to hear it, trustee. Thank you. We're going to hear it. Thank you.
Attorney
Attorney
Murphy.
Murphy.
Go ahead,
Thank you.
trustee.
Attorney Murphy.
Go ahead,
Murphy,
trustee.
would you
Attorney
please
Murphy.
step
Go ahead,
down?
I would
trustee.
like to
For the
move
record,
to make,
okay?
to
Order,
call
please.
for
Order, please,
question.
trustee Stubbs.
For call the
Order.
question.
We heard you. Go ahead, trustee Henry.
Thank
that's
you.
not right.
Thank you.
Call the question.
We heard
Call the
you.
question.
More discussion.
We
Attorney
heard you.
Murphy.
You know,
This is a call to question.
We heard you. All right, we heard you.
Okay.
Go ahead, trustee Henry.
Thank you. This message is to the residents. For the record, Mary Kay, everything I'm gonna say tonight, I supported this from jump. I voted for this Invest in Dalton because I wanted to give houses back to the residents. But as we went forward, there were some things that needed to be tweaked. And y'all know me. I'm going to say exactly how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you what it is. And I'm going to ask y'all opinion. Y'all told us at my committee meeting that you no longer wanted it, meaning we need to pause and basically fix the tweaks. That's why I voted to take it off the table, fix the tweaks, and then bring it back forward. I'm not saying I'm against it. They'll get my vote if they fix the tweaks. They don't want to. I want the board to fix the tweaks before we move forward so we can have exactly what the residents want. Currently now we don't have that. We have what the board wants but not what the people wants, and I have a problem with that. So that's why I am against voting for this tonight. That's why they're gonna get a no from Trustee Henyard. So going forward, please ask these board members up here, why did they vote for this? Where's the invoices for the $30K? I care about stuff like that. When I vote on anything, I make sure I got documentation on it. Currently I do not. It's hearsay. We're saying we're paying $30,000 for 6 houses at $5,000 a pop. Okay, where the paperwork at? When we vote on any attorney bills or any bills up here, we get an invoice, it's itemized, it tells us exactly what we're purchasing. Currently, we do not have that in front of us, and I wouldn't even spend my own money without having something like that, let alone you guys' money. So,
oh, the irony. I mean, there's a plethora of things we could say about this, right? I do want to say, I like the blouse and the sweater. That is something I would wear. but the irony, looking back at these meetings and what she says and what is being done now. Tracy, very good to see you. I know. It is unbelievable. It's like a 380, right?
For the record, Mary Kay, I'm totally against paying this $30,000 out. I think it should go to my committee, which I said several times, and vet it through. Then bring it back up. Then he can get approval. It's not we're against it because we're saying no. We just need to vet it through. Thank you. End of my statement.
One of the reasons I also vetoed this was not just for the cost of the attorney fees, was just the fact that when they had to, you're out of order, Trustee Stubbs.
You are too.
Yeah. Okay. Keep it up. You're gonna be removed. If one of the other reasons that I vetoed this was the fact that when they had the meeting for Invest in Dalton on that Saturday, this was all advertised as you can get a house for $5,000. And then when they came here and they held a meeting, you had to have a net worth of $40,000. So it wasn't even put out there truthfully. You know, so I took that in consideration. I took in consideration what they're charging us to try to get these houses, which our village attorney can do it, and it's just not something that's appropriate for the residents. Okay, take the roll. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway.
On the motion to override the mayor's veto of Ordinance 17-048, Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
No.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
No.
Motion carries. They're going to spend your money like that. Next thing on the agenda of new business is item B, resolution number 18R-003. It's regarding the use of the Village Media Resource Center, and it's put on by Trustee Muhammad.
I'll defer to Trustee Denton, please.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 18R-003, a resolution regarding the use of the Village Media Resources and Media Center.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded to adopt a new ordinance of 18R-003. Any discussion? I have something to say.
Mayor, if I can on this one, I'll comment.
I believe Trustee Denton has the floor. She moved the motion and she has some discussion on that, Mayor.
Trustee Dent doesn't have the floor now. I asked for any discussion. You want to be the mayor so bad. You know what?
No, she was.
I'm telling you, you want to be the mayor so bad, man. I asked for a motion. It was motioned. You deferred. You gave it to Trustee Denton. She motioned it. It was seconded.
With all due respect, Mayor, I was deferring it. I was deferring my, if you would let me, Mayor, I was deferring my discussion to Trustee Denton, sir.
I'm speaking right now, Trustee. So I asked for discussion. Trustee House wanted to discuss it. So Trustee House has the floor now. Trustee Denton, as soon as he gets done.
On this ordinance, I think that I've looked over some of the things and talked with the media center as well, and I think that we really do need to redefine what our policies are in terms of getting things on the media center. I do believe that all elected officials and anybody that needs access to the media center should have access. I don't think there should be any reason why it's not. But I have not seen, as I look through the policies, that we have a document that would state that what we're putting on and why we're not. And then also something in response that in the event that we're unable to, because there have been times that I've heard about, but I don't have a document that showed it, that if we're unable to get something on there, what the rationale or the reason is for that decline. So I'm supportive of getting anything that lets everybody get their anything that'll improve the village of Dalton. I think we should have access to it. Elected officials, residents, business owners, anybody alike. I think that our policies overall need to be redefined, and if something is declined, there should be something that comes out in writing. And as of now, I haven't seen that on this ordinance right now. My recommendation would be that we redefine our policy so that we can speak about what's going on in the event that there is something declined.
Okay, Trustee Denton.
To resolve this, any member of the Board of Trustees shall have access and use of the Media Center and all media resources of the Village of Dalton, including but not limited to the village website and email blasts, and the officers and employees of the Office of Communication and Public Affairs shall provide assistance to the trustees in said use of the Media Center. Said use of the Media Center and village media resources shall be for the purposes of informing or receiving feedback from citizens about village events and programs, about units of governments, events and programs, and community events within the village. The Media Center shall not be used by any village official, officer, or employee to promote or challenge any political purpose, cause, candidate, program, or event. In the event the trustees are denied access in violation of this resolution, the trustees may seek legal remedies available to them, including legal and disciplinary action. Any officer or employee who fails to assist any trustee in their request to access any media resource of the village as provided above shall be considered to have committed an insubordination and shall be subject to disciplinary action. So that's the meat of what this resolution is about.
May I say something, Mayor?
Go ahead.
Past practice, board meetings were taken out of contents, edited and distorted, twisted,
That's not true.
misled, misrepresented, and used for publication during election time. You might have received a copy of a CD in your mailbox or at your door. The trustees have held several events, cancer walks this past summer, Winter Wonderland, December the 1st for the kids, and the Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast that we have yet to see on any of the access channels that I have personally asked on numerous occasions that it be shown so the residents can see what we, the trustees, have put on in the community for the residents. And today's date, that have not been done. So I'm in favor of this resolution.
I'm going to say this. Last May, you brought an ordinance here regarding the Media Center, stating that you had no access to it, which wasn't true. We don't edit things. The only thing that was possibly, that tried to get edited was when you mentioned to our media director, Steve, at your Winter Wonderland thing, you know, which was put up on the video, which put up on the media, you asked him to edit me out. Don't put the mayor in it. And he told you no. But last year, when you presented almost identical ordinance here regarding the Media Center in May of 2017, this is what we've done that you guys presented. Clean sweep, May of 2017 was on the Media Center. Cancer Walk, by Trustee Hinder, September 2017, was on the video, was on at the Media Center. The Children's Program, Winter Wonderland, which you wanted me edited out, that was put up in December 2017. The Martin Luther King Jr. MLK Breakfast to be recorded. He recorded it. Ed has went out to all these events and recorded, and it takes time to edit it. Now, if that's not up yet, it's coming, because he told me already. So, you know, and you talked about earlier that I had something edited. Nothing was edited. He presented a portion of the video as it was captured here in regards to it wouldn't cost the village anything, and he just brought it back where the attorney said it wouldn't cost us anything, but we're getting charged for it. So I'm not sure what you're talking about access, but you've had access.
I know, Mayor. I'm in favor of the video. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
also, I know about the editing of the video tapes, the CDs that you go around, taking the information from the village, putting it in people's mailboxes, putting it at their door, and you're using I'm speaking, and you're using the information from the village and the board meetings to do that during election time, distorting the truth, and we would like that stopped at this point.
Trustee.
We don't want it to go any further at this point, so therefore I am in favor of the resolution.
Trustee, you want these village meetings captured and made public, and any person can go to channel 499 and look and or go to our website. It's streaming live right now, and pick out whatever they want. Any one of these residents can record, present anything. Now, we have the same opportunity. Anything that was used during election time, it was done off duty time. If I want to put something together when I'm off work, I can do it. If you want to do the same thing. You know, you're talking about how people campaign. You know, some people are better at campaigning than others. So, I'm not sure what you're talking about here. You've had access. This truly clears it. Shows that you've had access. You know, so.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
In this ordinance, when you talk about the ordinance, you're talking about disciplinary action. Basically, what you're trying to do is attack my office because the media center is under my office. You know,
I thought they worked for the village.
I'm talking now.
I thought they worked for the village, Mayor.
I'm talking now. Just as is the tapings that were done by my predecessors that didn't have a media center, the Mayor Shaw, Mayor Lewis, when they controlled those shows. The mayors were always on it. They controlled who went on it. You know, and I'm not talking about just control. We have given you access. But when you talk about disciplinary, if you go down there and tell Ed, hey, I want you to do this right now, you're going to discipline him? That ain't going to work. It's not going to work.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You're trying to take everything from me. Everything. There was no media center here when we came into this. Well, I take that back. There was one on Sibley Boulevard. There's one on Sibley Boulevard. But we have progressed light years into what you used to see at the media center than it was in the past. I'm done. Go ahead, Trustee Pearson.
Mayor, I just wanted to speak on this. It's not about taking your power, and you know that. It's about that the trustees have done some things and they want it to be up, and it is controlled, and you control it. And it shouldn't be controlled. It should be, if somebody's got something good that they put up. First you said trustees didn't do anything. Then when we did things, you didn't want to put it up.
Tell me what we didn't put up that you asked to be put up.
And you also spoke about the
Tell me what you wanted to put up and it wasn't put up. Because here it is. Here it is right here.
You don't cut the meetings, and you know you cut them. If it's something that's you don't like, you cut it out. And it never gets shown. It might be shown when it's live, but you know you cut these
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Ed, you answer that and tell them what I told you in regards to editing.
Shouldn't answer that.
You know it's not legally we can do that. I'm not saying it's a legal thing. You can't cut ordinance. And the prior media director, plus myself, we've been asking. I haven't done that, so I'm not gonna say I have done it. I mean, but there's always things that go on in the board meeting that's controversial, but we can't cut board meetings. We can't edit it.
The only time that Ed brought it to me, he said, and we put it up, the Children's Winter Wonderland, that was your thing, Bill Baby, and you went to Ed and said, cut the mayor out. And Ed told you he wasn't going to do that. You're the only one that presented to our media director to edit what you want edited.
You know, Mayor, you really like to stretch the truth.
Yes.
Ed,
But,
did she ask you, Ed?
I didn't say it.
Okay.
I asked that you put up information about the trustees giving that event as opposed to you grandstanding, that's your favorite word, grandstanding at the Winter Wonderland event, and the trustees put on that event. And I asked him to at least put our name on it, that we sponsored it, not yours, because you didn't sponsor it, that we did.
How did I grandstand?
And you know how, Mayor.
How did I grandstand
you know,
at the meet?
You are who you are.
At the Winter Wonderland
keep you in
meeting.
prayer.
How did I grandstand? I walked in. Trustee Mohammed said, "Here comes the mayor. The mayor's here." I went over to the popcorn machine over there and started passing out popcorn. How's that grandstanding? And you wanted to edit me out on that. Which was, I mean, if we did
That's
that.
not the truth, Mayor. I told you before that you have a tendency of lying.
We got the video.
You just lying.
We have the video.
Okay? I know you have it because we don't have it. We couldn't even get a copy of it.
That's not true.
It is true.
Did you ask for a copy?
Mayor, if
What
I
you
can.
think?
Can I be recognized?
Let's move on.
I'd like to be recognized for discussion, Mayor.
Go ahead, trustee.
Okay, I want to get back to the beginning. I agree 100% with Trustee House, which was the reason for the formalization of this resolution. True, we did have a resolution previous to this that I had Attorney Murphy to write up, but we had to put teeth into this because what we're trying to do is to remove the politicization of the media center. That's basically what we're trying to do. We're asking for access not only for the trustees, but some of the residents also, those neighbors who have a good, solid block club, to start highlighting some of the block clubs of our village, to highlight the Invest in Dalton program. But as you know, Mayor, with Section 2 and 3, it overrides, or it actually, as it reads, Section 2 of this resolution, or I'm sorry, this resolution. Any policy or resolution of the Village of Dalton which conflicts with the provisions of this resolution shall be and is hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect upon its passage and approval in the manner provided by law. Now, I want to state something here that you just mentioned, because this is not our intent in doing this, is reprimanding any employee. If you read the last paragraph, it says, in the event the trustees are denied access in violation of this resolution, the trustees may seek all legal remedies available to them, including legal and disciplinary action. Any officer or employee who fails to assist any trustee in their request to access any media resources of the village as provided above shall be considered to have committed insubordination and shall be subject to disciplinary action. Now let me expound on that. Without mentioning any names, Mayor, I was told by employees that they could not put certain things on our website or Channel 499 because of you. I won't mention those persons' name in this meeting.
Why don't you mention the names?
It's not necessary. They know who they are, and we're not about bringing...
Because...
Mayor, can I have the floor, please?
Go ahead.
I'm not about bringing any employee's name up, but it's already spelled out, the department heads of those individuals involved. Now, when you say, according to the Public Meetings Act, you say there was no editing done. Yes, there has. My background is television. I'm the person that you're referring to that had the media center that trained the young man that you have right now as the media director. Okay? Now, have there been editing done? Yes, they were done at the public address. There was editing done at a coffee with the mayor with an individual who had a complaint about the police department, and there was some editing done with our Chief Collins. Chief Collins is very well aware of it. And that's not a problem, but we have to make the residents aware that when they have some context in a meeting, that they should be informed that, just so you know, you had some issues concerning the coffee with the mayor, and we edited material that would complement our police department, which we should do. So to say that things were not edited is not true. To say that we have been denied access to the media, and media is not only Channel 499, Mayor, it is also the website, the Facebook, it's also the email blast, which you said in a previous meeting that the emails belong to you, which is not true. Those emails and that contact information was gathered by public events that were held by the Village of Dalton. So again, I agree with Trustee House that we have some policies and procedures in place with this resolution number 18R-003 so that we can put some teeth in the previous ordinance or resolution because it was not being followed. So there is a motion on the floor and a second, and I'd like to have a vote by calling the question.
Second.
The media center is run by the mayor's office. I don't think we've ever denied access, and this proves it. This proves it. Your things have been on Channel 499.
You're not referring to me, are you, Mayor?
You just got through talking, didn't you?
Well, there are quite a few things that didn't go up, and I don't think you want to get into the minutia of detail on that. I would suggest
we can get into whatever you want to get into.
There's been a second.
We can get into whatever you like to get into, Trustee Muhammad.
I'd like to expedite this meeting, Mayor, by calling the question.
Okay.
There's been a second.
Right, so let me finish. The media center is ran by the mayor's office. And basically, we told you exactly, in my media director, a communication person, there's a process for utilizing the media center. And they said, it goes through the mayor's office. We haven't denied you access. So why don't you just take the vote?
On the motion to approve resolution number 18R-003, Trustee Muhammad.
Aye.
Trustee Stubbs.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Abstain.
Trustee Denton.
Aye.
Trustee Pearson.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
Aye.
Motion carried, 5 ayes.
Dear Lord. When I say 2018 was the year of hell, I really mean it. There are so many ordinances, and that's what we're doing here, doing the ordinances, because they're not being put up on the website. And people want to know about them. We're also going to do meeting minutes. But this 2018, they had just plethora of ordinances, and one of the ordinances was, and that'll be coming up in the next video, was that if Ed Steve did not abide by the trustees, he could face a fine and jail time. You know, and this board also, let's not forget, pretty much, hey, I'm biased. How are you? Sorry, I kind of clicked through fast. They just totally wiped out. Well, we don't really like to use that term, unbiased. I know you're new here, so we're a respectful channel. We don't attack each other, and we love adult conversations. So thank you. But this board is going to wipe out Rogers' administration, and but threatening Ed Steve with jail time, and but anyway, I have to apologize. Potato, you're still with us. Yeah, I have to apologize because at first, we get into the conversations and then I get excited because I love hearing people's opinions and having, these conversations but I'll do better. I'll do better so I'm not talking and reading comments like that too much. But I really appreciate everybody. Oh, that's okay, Unbiased. You're new. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. This is a safe place, okay? This channel is a safe place where people can express their opinions and not be attacked for it. And that's why we love it here so much. And you're very welcome here. But thank you so very much. There is so much to go through in 2018. It's unbelievable. My computer is away from me, so I have to lean in to read it. I suspect there is no direct access to the website and what is on it to go through it. Yeah. There's just not. That's why we have to do these, right? So people can learn, Yeah, please hit the like, subscribe. I think everybody here is pretty much on the same page. We all have our different opinions, but we can have these adult conversations. And I think we should get the flock out of here. Okay, so, and welcome, Unbiased. We appreciate you and your comments. And I hope everybody has a good evening. I'm going to try to do a live at 10 a.m. and then at 7 p.m. Eastern time with these ordinances because they're just so crazy and they take a long time. So thank you very much. Have a good evening. Grab your pop. Wyoming, I want some popcorn.